It is another beautiful day on your image with Abeokuta. This is your public relations program on television. Today, we are back again on a very historical note. Historical in the sense that the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations just had their epochal event called Public Relations Week, the maiden Public Relations Week, which was hosted by Ogun State here in Abeokuta, the Rock City. Remember, 22 years ago, in 2002, the state also hosted this kind of event at the Gateway Hotel, Abeokuta. And here we come again at the parking by Radisson Hotel. We just had another eventful, a week-long activities. Currently, the epochal package of events in public relations. We profess boldly public relations nowadays. Here I have my professional colleagues to tell the stories. On my immediate left, I have DARA ADEBIMPE. DARA ADEBIMPE is a thoroughbred PR practitioner, a communication specialist, and a media man. You're welcome.
Thank you, Aki. It's nice to be here to recount what transpired as history making. First in Ogun State again.
It's nice to be with you. I also have with me on my immediate right, FOLARIN. FOLARIN is also a prominent member of the Institute in the chapter. He's an editor, public relations PR magazine. He's also the current public relations officer for Association of National Nigerian Authors. You're welcome.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Moderator, our fellow. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure having you. Perhaps?
Boldly public relations.
Okay, that is what we are professing now. No longer passive. We are bold, professing our profession, public relations. What are the stories to tell?
Well, the recent week-long event held at the Cultural Center in Abeokuta was actually our finest hour. In the 61-year history of public relations in Nigeria, we had our aha moment in Abeokuta. Abeokuta is renowned for its records of firsts. So the Relations Week too was another first scored by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, and it's for a long time. It was a watershed because it's now the time that the NIPR is geared for the next 100 years. Because we took many watershed decisions. Achebe, in his book, There Was a Country, said that, and he quoted an Igbo proverb, that if you want to know your problem, you have to look at where the rain started to beat you, so that you will know when you got dry. So what we did during the Public Relations Week was a review of our activities in the last 61 years. And then we now charted the way forward for the future. You remember that when we were in Abuja, we called for a de-aging of the profession, because we looked around in the room, the venue we used, old people were there. So that led to me writing an article, if you recall. I said we should de-age NIPR, and I'm glad that has been done. The youth, at the cultural center, we had a lot of young demographics. The young ones were there, and even we had student membership. It was first of its kind. So the NIPR is now geared for the future because we have young people now with us, students membership, the new associates we are there, and also, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations has now shown, its stature, because we use journalism as one of our tools. We use advertising as one of our tools. So we were glad to incorporate many seasoned journalists. A past president of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Mr. Gbenga Gule, was there. And also the editor of This Day, Bolaji Adebi, was also inducted as an associate member. And also, don't forget our own new head of service here. He also was also done. And the current Minister of Information in Nigeria too is also our fellow. So it's our aha moment, our finest hour.
Well, thank you so much. What a story. Dara, from your own perspective, how epochal and how innovative was the last edition, or the first Public Relations Week in Abeokuta?
Well, I should say that for the first time we are having a potpourri of activities marking the AGM of NIPR in the last 60 years or so, you know. And one thing that is much more encompassing in the program is no matter the marketplace that you are, your relevance was taken care during that week. For instance, it started with the traditional rulers being brought together in a cozy environment where we can discuss and enlighten them about all the things they need to utilize the relevance of public relations to advance the cause of their various kingdoms. And then the students, you know, from the southwest of Nigeria, all the other institutions of taking students in mass communication, they were there. And it was an eye-opener for them that there are certain things that probably they would not have learned in the 4 walls of academy that they learned in the course of that week. And of course, for me, you can also recall that the youth hub, they were accommodated.
The young professional hub.
The young professional hub. They were accommodated. And for the first time, we had that inauguration of the young professional inaugurated on that particular week. Equally, for the first time, we had student membership inaugurated along with the AGM. You know, it was an epoch-making event for the students as well, because they were not expecting it, but it was good a thing for them. And for me, this program, let me say it, pronounced public relations to high heavens for people to have an understanding of what public relations really is. You know, I recall when I was writing for my long essay for my HND as a pioneer graduate of mass communication in PR at Ogun State Polytechnic then, you know, way back as you know, the title of that long essay was on PR, a misunderstood profession. But I was gladdened when the Oshile of Okeono, Egbaland, about Dr. Adebimpe was telling people that most people don't understand that God himself established public relations as a fellowship. And to crown it up, another person even mentioned in the course of the interactive session that God understands the magnitude of what public relations is all about when he said, let us make man in our own image. So of all the professions that we have, it was gladly made known to people that having done everything you can do in this divide, when you get to heaven, public relations practice still continues, you know. And then of course it gladdens my heart when on the second day, this is one event that right from the day one, it has been a success. On the second day, the salvo was ignited when the chief executive of Ogun State, you know, the governor of this state, Prince Abeokuta, was tutoring the people that this would be the very first time he had the better understanding of what public relation is as to what people have been calling it, particularly in the area of media relations. That he never knew that as people have been using media relations as a synonymous word for public relations, which is not.
He doesn't know the difference between media relations
and public relations. So for the entire society, public relations is it, and that is why it is boldly public relations.
Thank you very much.
I also want to add that, you know, before we have been making magic to happen for others, you know, corporates, organizations, politicians, and all the rest. But we've been neglecting ourselves. You know, it was a case of physician heal thyself. Exactly. So now it's boldly public relations. So we want to use public relations skills to help our profession. And we are glad. You know, it's happened already. What the state government gave NIPR has never happened before.
Exactly.
We got the robust support, and we are grateful to the governor, Mr. Governor, for what he has done.
Well, thank you so much. In public relations, we are always told to be deliberate in our planning,
Yes.
and to begin to also ensure that we consider our stakeholders, our publics, so as to ensure and engender mutually beneficial relationship, so that we will have rewards. What can you say are the rewards for the NIPR?
Amazing. The way it's been structured now, we are going to have various hubs. You know, you mentioned the youth hubs, the young professional hubs. We are going to have energy hubs, you know, that will be headquartered in Port Harcourt. We are going to have aviation hub that will be headquartered in Lagos. We are going to have entrepreneurial hubs also in Lagos. We are going to have various hubs, you know, so that public relations will be run as a business. You know, before, you know, we've not been taking it serious. So public relations now is going to the next level. We have upped the ante, and we are running it as a business. So it's now PR, boldly PR. You know, with the magic we have been making to happen for others, we now use it to make to happen for us. And as we tease out solutions to knotty problems in the countries, you know, that's why the theme of the Public Relations Week was leveraging public relations skills to help
As a critical asset for Nigeria's economic.
So how rewarding
amazing.
is the program for even the PR practitioners?
Very, very rewarding, because we have been given a lot of skills. You know, you recollect that even before the conference started, we've been having pre-conference sessions where we have been reskilled, retooled for the next phase. Digital skills, you know. Most public relations practitioners now have up-to-date digital skills. We are going to be using artificial intelligence. We are going to be making use of so many things, ChatGPT, GPT, all the rest. So it's really amazing. You know, it's a global thing. The Public Relations Week has been a global success.
Yeah, Dara, when you look at the package of activities, particularly the interactive sessions, talking about intellectual environment that was at display during the period, how will you consider those breakout sessions?
Indeed, the breakout session had been an added value of immense, of what I can describe as something that will become memorable, evergreen in the annals of PR practice in Nigeria. Because there are takeaways. Is it the AI session that you want to talk of? Is it the story?
The issue of ethics?
In the issue of ethics, brand ethics. And then, of course, branding, or the issue of storytelling masterclass that you want to talk of. And practical session that can make people to get along with you. Look at the way they treated the issue of how the insurance people have not been penetrating the market. And now they could effectively tap the market. And we were even taking around in the issue of, our well-being.
Right.
It's not as if it was all about PR alone, but how we can take care of our health was taken care of. And then when you imagine, yes, like Yoruba will say, ọmọdé tó bá ṣeré, àmì tó bá ṣiṣẹ́, ó yẹ kó lásìkò ìgbádùn. You can recollect how the Adire on the runway that complemented this breakout session, as well as the Owambe night.
The climax on the cake.
The climax of the whole event.
Right.
Just to tell you that everything was a mixed match of activities to blend and to make public relations complete.
When we look at Adire on runway, what does he say about our culture?
Oh no, that was a wonderful event, a slap-up affair. We were so proud. You know, my head was swelling up. You know, because as an Egba person, you know, you see Adire now being, you know, showcased globally, and so and it's original Adire, not the Chinese one. You know, it was wonderful. And we had the First Lady of Ogun State here there with us, and she was there also looking very beautiful in that Adire dress. And then we had a lot of we have the the ladies on the runway,
Yes.
the various displays and everything. Then even members even joined them too on the runway. It was just a wonderful event. We had a lot of fun.
And to add pep to it, it has never been in the history of. I don't know. Arguably, I can be controverted. The only thing I want to say, for us to have enjoyed the presence, the attendance of the number one family, right. We had the attendance of the governor, right. His deputy, as well as the wife of the governor at another program, right. At different places. Right. It has never happened in recent time for a professional body to so marshal the executive governor's family in such a way that you enjoy their company during the week. So it was, and then for Ogun State, it was another big deal for Ogun State to exhibit, to showcase what it has. Look at all those mini documentaries, right. That were done concerning Nigeria, concerning Ogun State, concerning Abeokuta, even PR, and all reflecting what Ogun State stands for. For instance, the All-Stars. All-Stars, right. Showcasing the stars that Ogun State has produced over the years. It was another celebration time for Ogun State, and I was proud during the week as an Ogun State indigene, as well as an indigene of Egbaland.
Gary, when you look at the packaging, talking about the committees that were set up, talking about
the city president,
stakeholders relations right. Committee, talking about logistics, talking about securities, talking about several other committees were set up. What does that teach us?
Oh, there is the need for unity. It was a wonderful display of unity. Team, TEAN, which an acronym which means together, everybody achieves more. With unity, we achieved a lot, and everybody put up a top-notch performance. Everybody above par performance. Everybody, security, the logistics, the protocol, everything was.
The media presence was heavy. There were live programs that were taken.
Yeah, right. So it's a win-win for everybody. Super excited and super proud to be.
And well attended.
Yes.
From every part of the federation too.
Well, you are connected to your image, your public relations program on TV. Perhaps you need to know that you can connect with us on YouTube, PR Primus on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and several other social media handles. We're there for you to learn more about public relations. Whether on LinkedIn, we're also there. It is your image, and the first in Africa, the first public relations program in Africa, pioneered by OGTV.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we've been looking at the potpourri of activities. You talked about the aging, the profession. How involved were the youths?
Oh, they were very involved. Even some of the speakers were young people, because it's for the first time, people were catering, pandering to the interest of the youth demographic. If you want your profession to survive, you need to concentrate on the so-called leaders of the tomorrow. So if you don't involve them in your activities, then there's a Yoruba proverb that says that anything that children are not involved in will not survive. So it gladdens my heart that at least our tomorrow is being taken care of.
Our tomorrow is being taken care of.
Right.
Well, and that is not to say the elderly ones were not recognized.
They were.
But because when you see the likes of Mazi Okereke and Dr. Adekunle Salu, Shifasi Yusuf, and the good number of them, even in the feminine public relations practitioners, you will be inspired to want to team up with boldly public relations.
It is your image. We are telling the stories of Nigeria Public Relations Week, the maiden one, hosted in Abeokuta. We are happy it was a successful event, but there are still a lot to talk about. In our next edition, we will unravel a lot of activities, hidden benefits that are derivable from the Public Relations Week that was held in Abeokuta. Until next week, when we meet you, I want to say thank you, Dare FOLARIN.
Thanks for having me.
Dare FOLARIN, and editor of the PRIMUS magazine, also the PRO, Association of Nigerian Authors. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
DARA ADEBIMPE, it's been nice having you. As a media person, I believe that you could serve the contribution from the media people.
Yes. The only thing that is missing is the fact that since this station that we are transmitting this program has been on, there has never been any leader or president of NIPR that has not been taken here for personality interview, except the current president. That's the missing gap.
Well, it's work in progress, and Abeokuta is another home for the president. So until next week, when we continue with this program, please join us. Have a great time.